Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I sit down for this because I have quite few points to go through with you. I have to start this video with telling you that when I watch those videos, those press conferences, when I read that news and the articles, you feel like your energy is like drained. I need some getaway, like a spontaneous trip to some very warm, lazy place, nothing but the beach, ocean, sun, minimum number of people, zero news, and just recharge my energy with vitamin D and serenity, for real. But what I have for you today, you remember the story about the plane? You remember when I was recording this video last Sunday and I was saying, hey, are they flying together? Our new / old Prime Minister and our President to Washington, to the White House. Are they flying together or are they going to fly separate planes? Because you never know. Well, there is a story of you never know, but now we know there was an issue with the plane of Polish President Andrzej Duda, and I will be giving you this article and my commentary on this at the end of this video, so stay tuned all the way with me for that. Of course, I have comments of the day, very cool comments I've picked up, so stay tuned for this as well. Next topic is about Tusk, who returns from this trip to the United States and right away is calling for Weimar Triangle meeting that will be taking place tomorrow on Friday, March 15th in Berlin, between Emmanuel Macron, the President of France, and the Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz. And what else we have? We also have some words from Radosław Sikorski, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Poland, that were spoken during a conference he gave in the United States after that meeting with Biden. I didn't watch the whole video. The links, as always, will be attached down below in the description box because it just makes you nauseous, you know. It's like, yeah, no. But few words I picked up, so I want to give them to you. But I want to start with something that is actually quite interesting because a lot of commentators in Poland, I believe they are absolutely correct in this regard, in this approach, in this analysis about the situation, are talking about this loan, $2 billion loan that United States so generously gave to Poland. But here is the catch, of course, this is not the money. This is the loan that we give you the money with which you're going to purchase from us the military equipment. And not just that you're going to purchase this military equipment, you're going to pay the percentage. So you have the interest rates, right? You have the interest rates on the loan. I wonder if it's like some credit cards in US, 30%. What do you think, guys? $2 billion. What is the percentage of the interest rates that this particular deal has? So not only we give you the money that you're gonna give us back with the interest rate, but with this money that we will give you, you're gonna purchase the military equipment from us. Brilliant, right? And you either give it for free to Ukraine, part of it, and the rest you might need it just in the moment when the bleep hits the fan and we're gonna use your country, Polonia, to continue with this action, with this project, etc. So that we know, okay? This is clear. We understand this dynamic, right? But what we didn't know, and I think our new / old Prime Minister Donald Tusk kind of said it in between the lines, kind of said it, that actually Polish delegation, Polish officials were not quite informed about this deal, as if it looks like the deal was just presented. Poland, this is your deal, you're gonna take it. Why I'm saying this? I'm gonna attach the link to official YouTube channel of Donald Tusk. Yes, he has one, in which you will see him answering the questions from the journalists that he answered right after that meeting at the White House. Let me start with this. So you have Polish President Andrzej Duda and you have Polish Prime Minister, /old, you always have to remember this, Donald Tusk. The meeting is done with Biden, and guess where the journalists gather and guess where they ask those questions? Most of the time, right? As you know, in United States, you have a front yard and backyard, and you also have a driveway. A lot of dignitaries, I think most of them, if not all of them, the conference, the questions, Q&As take place, I'm not sure if it's always in the Rose Garden. Jackie O, by the way, created. I think she did. So they have these very nice surroundings, and you know, the journalists are there and the leaders are there and the questions are asked. Not in this case. Poland is so important to the United States that actually the questions were asked and the leaders of Poland were approached by the journalists almost next to the driveway, which means you get in, you come in, and you F you, goodbye. Right? Disrespectful? Oh, you don't have to put up with this, but you did. I mean, it's right in your face. If they just want you to come and go, you think they really care for you? So what Tusk said? Tusk was asked, I actually have this in Polish, and maybe I will read this to you in Polish. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I will read you this in Polish, and then I will translate this into English, so you will have some fun with me reading this in Polish. He was asked about the journalist about this loan, $2 billion loan. And he said, jak wiecie, to jest świetna informacja o tym kredycie i śmigłowcach, ale jeżeli strona amerykańska zdecydowała się podzielić tą, jest świeża informacja o tym kredycie i śmigłowcach, ale jeżeli strona amerykańska zdecydowała się podzielić tą informacją dokładnie w trakcie naszej wizyty, to traktujemy ją bardzo poważnie. Don't you worry, one of the hardest languages, guys. If you're mocking my English, so there we go. So, about the $2 billion loan from US, Tusk says, as you know, this is fresh information. Beep! About this loan and the Apache helicopters. But if American side decided to share this information exactly during our visit, then we treat it very seriously. So what does this mean? He said, well, this is a very fresh information. It seems to me like so fresh, like they didn't know about it. But if the American side has decided to share this information, the fresh information with them right during this visit, that means it must be serious. So it looks like they have not even discussed this prior. Am I wrong or am I right? So then he was asked about by another journalist. He was actually asked two questions. The first question is, has Poland asked for this $2 billion loan from US? And the second question was about President Duda demanding other countries to contribute more than 2% of their GDP to NATO spending. And how Tusk came out of this? He simply focused on the question number 2, which was a stupid move from the journalist, in my opinion. Just stay with question 1 and then go with the question 2, because Tusk only focused on question 2, which is the GDP, the spending of 3% of GDP of the countries, and he completely ignored the question that was, has Poland even asked for this loan of $2 billion? That's right. So what do you think, guys? What do you think? I think they just announced to Poland that Poland is going to take this money and with this money pay the interest rate and also purchase the equipment that will be given to Ukraine or used partially in Poland very soon. So, where do we go next? We go next to Sikorski, why not? Let's just get over this. Because the video will be, as always, in the description box, the link is there. Monitor breakfast with Polish Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski. At the 44th minute, you will click there. He was asked by the journalist from the Financial Times about if Poland's going to have more troops at the border with Ukraine, and he said that we have already 10,000 troops there, but if anything escalates, NATO will have to bring their forces on the side. Just, yeah, listen to this. I'm not gonna go deeper into this. We all know, as he said already before. However, on this note, the NATO exercises are taking place until the end of May, including Poland, as you know. And in my very strong sense is something's gonna happen during those exercises, and it will start from there. So something definitely before the end of May, which is not that far from now. And this is coming from someone who is still here, I hope not much longer, because, you know, you gotta take care of things. Now let's go into the story with this Weimar Triangle meeting. So, an article appeared yesterday, a sudden peak of the Weimar Triangle, and Donald Tusk says the situation is difficult. An unplanned summit of the Weimar Triangle will take place on Friday, that is tomorrow, March 15th. The head of the Polish government, Prime Minister Donald Tusk, who is returning to Poland after a meeting in Washington with President Joe Biden. President Joe Biden announced that an unplanned summit of this Weimar Triangle will take place in Berlin on Friday. In an interview with Polish television, TVP Info, Tusk stressed that during the meeting Joe Biden assured that if necessary, the United States is ready to support Poland at any time under Article 5, to which Poland attaches particular importance. I just say lol, I'm not gonna go into Article 5. So many times during my interviews with Scott Ritter, he explained in details what this Article 5 of NATO stands for. I'm not gonna go there again, we all know. Confirmation, thank you. So, Tusk says the situation is difficult, but this confirmation from the American side that it takes NATO's commitment seriously, it is the most important thing from the point of view of our security. It is a strong confirmation from President Joe Biden, who is barely even present, my comment, that there are no doubts about Article 5, that is the obligation of allies to defend themselves, said Prime Minister Donald Tusk. The head of the Polish government informed that he also talked with President Joe Biden about how to mobilize European countries to help Ukraine. Aren't we all done with this, helping Ukraine at this point, guys? Seriously, like, I'm even reading this, it just makes you like, oh, exhale. More from Tusk. An emergency summit of the Weimar Triangle has been announced for Friday in Berlin. I will meet with President Emmanuel Macron and Chancellor Olaf Scholz. We will talk about aid for Ukraine. And I want to emphasize that this Weimar Triangle will be looked at more and more often. More and more often. Paris, Berlin and Warsaw now have such a task and such a power to mobilize the whole of Europe. Paris, Berlin and Warsaw now have such a task and such a power to mobilize the whole of Europe. Mobilize. The Prime Minister believes that the current situation, although difficult, gives Poland a chance to revitalize the Weimar Triangle and gain a real influence on decisions made in Europe. Oh my goodness, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's talk about plane. Plane. Duda's plane. Where is this article? From yesterday. Very fresh. Crispy, fresh. Let me find it. The president's plane crashes. This is the title of article. It didn't crash, but there were issues with this. I will tell you exactly what issues. Fleur machine to Poland without Andrzej Duda. In the United States, there were problems with the plane of the Polish president. A minor defect, I will tell you in a second what, has been detected in the government's Boeing 737. Andrzej Duda does not change his plans, and on Thursday, today, he will go to Brussels, but on a spare plane which has to make a stopover in the Azores. So what happened? The monitors were kaput. And they discovered that while the plane was still on land, thank God, what if they would discover that the monitoring system was broken when the plane was very high in the sky? I'm just saying. So let me tell you my story on this. It's my take on. Because our president Andrzej Duda, especially lately, repeats constantly how evil Putin is, and if we don't stop him, we all gonna vanish. So if that plane would not make it, who do you think would be blamed for this plane not to make it? The question is, who helped Polish president to survive this situation? Good question, no? Just my, you know, I'm just thinking. This could end really bad. Really bad. And I think Duda knows. I'm sure he knows. So, what else I have for you guys? Comments of the day. Yeah, makes you think, right? How precious life is. Comments of the day. From the video yesterday, from David Kozak, 6854, I believe you're from Poland. If you are, pozdrawiam serdecznie, panie Dawidzie. Poland has to buy all the military equipment, Ukraine gets it for free. Poland is the sucker again. Absolutely. Thank you for your comment. The second comment is lengthy, but as always, very, very good. From Siakel, double L. I have lived in Poland for many years. I love Poland and Polish people. Thank you for this from me. Thank you. Common people do not want war. The war profiteers have been busy beating the drums of war for years now and are salivating at the prospect of sacrificing Poles and other Europeans in another world war. They do not care if millions or even billions of people die in brutal ways. Western powers also have absolutely no hope of winning a long drawn-out industrial-scale conflict. Our industry is not sufficient by far. These people in power are insane. If Europeans want to regain their freedom from these psychopathic traitors in government and prevent a world war, they will have to rise up, and soon. I agree with you 100%. Brilliant comment. Thank you so much for leaving those comments. I read them all, guys, believe me or not. I will end this video here. I would like to know your thoughts about everything I said today. About the plane, about how they compromise Polish government. Not just Polish, but you know, those people in power, when you think about it, those people in power in governments, right? They have been in those positions for many years. They are just changing the parties from this party to another. What does it mean? They have a long data. They have many files, X files, right? They have many files on them. They have many documents on them, and then they just pull them out from the archives and remind them of those documents. So why you think it's so easy to manipulate those people, right? Common sense. With this being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hitting this like. It's free of charge, it doesn't hurt, but it really helps the channel and the videos to be seen. We still have time. We still have time. And we don't have to participate in this. But it's good to know what's happening. Join me on locals, please do. The link is down below this video. Follow me on Instagram. Also join my mailing list free of charge. Let me show you. Let's go there. I show you some flowers because they are still here. And what else is there? PayPal, Rumble, buy me a coffee if you would like to support my work. You can also become the supporter on locals or a member of the channel as well. And with this being said, I will say goodbye to you. Let me just get to the beautiful flowers so you have some nice view for the end of this video. Lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity, and the flowers are just breathtaking. Bye guys, see you tomorrow in another video.